It has been a tense afternoon and evening for police and residents in Theodore.
A shooting at a nearby apartment complex sent Hankins Middle School into lockdown this afternoon. Students were later allowed to go home after about 2 hours in lockdown. Right now, 2 people are being treated for gunshot wounds at an area hospital.
Local 15's Derek Rose has been covering all the angles throughout the night for us. Derek, one person is in custody. What are we looking at in terms of charges here?
Well, Kim, police are questioning that person, investigators rather, here at police headquarters as we speak. And we expect that maybe by the end of the night, maybe into tomorrow, some charges for that individual, that person 23 years old. The charges at the very least, assault first degree. The possibility of more charges could come. Another thing police shared with us this evening is that they're continuing this investigation right now. They're expecting to possibly have some more people in custody, some more charges as a result of this case. You know, this day certainly has been a long one for police. It started at about 2:15 this afternoon at that school, or not at that school, but at the apartment complex, as you mentioned. There was a fight, a verbal altercation between 2 groups of individuals. That's when the gunfire came out, and that's when police were called out. Certainly some very tense moment for parents, of course, as a middle school, another school nearby, as well as a rec center. All of those were placed on lockdown for at least an hour throughout the day. And police telling us that this has been a very stressful situation. They did not leave that scene for quite some time, staying at that scene because of information they gathered throughout the course of their investigation. They had several officers and several detectives talking to people and witnesses there at that apartment complex. The information that they were able to gather through their investigation is that one person that they were looking for was still at that apartment complex, and they were able to bring the SWAT team in, some tactical units, and they were able to bring that person into custody this afternoon. But again, that person being questioned by police here at Mobile Police Headquarters, and they're hoping to have some charges as a result of that. Here's how the day went for Mobile Police. In this scenario, there was but one safe way for a suspect to give himself up, face down, one hand, one foot at a time.
It can be a lot worse, of course, if they have to breach a building, especially if we're dealing with somebody that may or may not be armed.
The time it took to get this 23-year-old into custody, just 15 minutes after the SWAT team arrived. But even getting to that point took a lot longer. Turn the clock back 5 hours. Outside the Pearson Park Apartments, a fight leads to gunfire. 2 people hit, 2 schools and a rec center in lockdown.
The next thing I know, police is just coming from everywhere, and they surround that trailer park right there with guns.
Parents at Hankins Middle left to wait and wonder.
But I did talk to one of his teachers, and he was in another teacher's class.
How relieving was that for you?
A little bit.
The school just a block away from the shooting, and once administrators got word that scene was secure, the lockdown was lifted. And though the school itself was never in immediate danger, students found comfort racing the few feet from their building to their buses. The rest met their parents face to face.
She got off the bus, and when he wasn't with her, I thought he done caught a bullet. I was terrified, so I had to come find out what happened to him.
And tell me about that moment when you finally laid eyes on him.
It was the best moment in the world.
The journey home on this afternoon, one filled with relief. For Mobile Police, though, there was no satisfaction until they got their guy. Patience and persistence accomplished that task to end a day of violence with peace. And of course, that situation ending peacefully, as you saw. No incident with that person they brought into custody. That person, 23 years old, that's the only information police will give us about him at this point. Once they file charges against that person, that's when they'll release his name. Still, though, they have not identified the 2 people who are in the hospital tonight. Both of them, we are told, though, they're 19 and 20 years old, are in stable condition at USA Medical Center. This investigation, though, will continue here at police headquarters. Live tonight at police headquarters, I'm Derek Rose, Local 15 News.